I'm Haley Taylor, and you're listening to the Rough Draft Diaries. This week on the Rough Draft Diaries, we're going out for an evening of improv. But first you have to meet Robin.
My name is Robin Mahle Piccione. Professionally, I work with Cool Media Productions as a video producer and communications consultant. My hobbies then include improv. I do a lot of coordinating for Unfiltered, the performance troupe, and managing Cigarette School, which is kind of the private Facebook group where we post performance opportunities and do a lot of behind-the-scenes coordination there.
Robin became an improv manager by accident. She was simply a performer when she moved to Toledo 4 years ago, taking improv classes, but she appeared as a willing and able coordinator, and so was chosen to carry the torch for the groups Unfiltered and Cigarette School. But her intro to improv came long before her move to Toledo.
The first time that I took an improv class was actually through the June Loon Theater in Minneapolis when I was in high school. And I was in a really bad car accident when I was 15 years old, and it took the doctors a year and a half to put my face back together. So I was not graduating from a normal high school. I was going through an alternative learning center to be able to get hours instead of credits to try to graduate on time. And one of the things that they offered was that you could get a phys ed credit for coordinating any sort of a class trip. It could be a bowling trip. It could be going to the zoo. There were endless opportunities, and I decided to coordinate a group improv class so that I could get my Phi-Ed credit. And for sure, the minute that I took that class, it was like, yes, this is something I'm going to want to do more of.
So Robin was a natural fit in organizing and leading an improv troupe. And it does take a lot of organizational skills to get a show off the ground. I joined Unfiltered one night for a performance, and I noticed that the lineup for the evening, wasn't set yet, that they create it just about 20 minutes before the event begins.
Let's finalize this lineup. Foursquare with Peyton, Paul, Josh, and Charla. Sex with Me with everybody. Advice Panel, Taylor, Craig, and Charla. CSI with Josh and Craig as the detectives.
The show slowly comes into focus as each member pairs up with each other and decides which game or sketch they're going to improv to. After the show is set, they start warming up, playing association games. Games that make you think on your feet while also listening to each partner.
Whale.
Yeah.
You like ground buffalo.
Yeah. I like green beans. What do you like? I like green beans. What do you like?
I like ground buffalo.
Yeah.
I like grass.
Yeah.
I like flat land.
Yeah.
I like cowboys.
Yeah. I like green beans. What do you
After
like?
the warm-up, the show begins with a little audience participation. Robin asks for a list of hobbies or jobs. Someone yells out stamp collecting. Then another person says yoga. A third person says Tupperware consultant. And so on and so forth.
All right, this is a game called World's Worst. We are now going to demonstrate for you as a troupe the worst possible versions of these things. You all might be great at these things. These people are not. All right, how about the world's worst yoga? Either yoga instructor or yoga, something to do with yoga, guys.
Okay, so we're just going to stand still for the next hour.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
We're gonna hold burger pose for 3.
World's worst Tupperware consultant.
Okay, let me just burp this here.
So this is the Tupperware with all of the spaghetti in it. You can see that it's orange.
World's worst documentary filmmaker.
We've been following the animal for 3 days. How do you want yours done, Bill?
And here we're filming the sex lives of the American improvisers.
There's something about improv that really scares me. I've performed on stage multiple times before. I'm comfortable giving speeches or acting in a play, but improv is different. Trying to create something spontaneously on stage, hoping your partner either follows you or you're following them, hoping that the audience follows you, is a lot to worry about. Watching improv even makes me nervous. You can notice moments where the bit gets lost or the scene gets stuck, and you have to watch the team work their way through or out of it. But Robin would argue that those moments are what makes improv so great, that spontaneously creating these moments on stage with your scene partner can be healing.
Improv means a lot to me. It is honestly like the best therapy that you could possibly ask for. I've seen many people use improv for many different reasons. Sometimes it's because they're terrified of the idea of speaking in front of a group and the idea of having a class that teaches you to have fun and play while you're getting comfortable with those public speaking skills is the best way to get around that. For other people, they've always been the class clown and they think that they're funny and they want to have an opportunity to prove to the world how funny they are. For me, I really think of it as a defining moment in my life where I had a fresh start, an opportunity to have a clean slate and decide what I wanted to put onto that canvas. And putting improv down first allows me to be able to perpetually go with the flow of whatever else it is that's being offered as a color on that palette that I can use to continue painting my life here in Toledo.
I'm Haley Taylor, and thanks for listening to this episode of the Rough Draft Diaries.